That was a relief, seeing at least that. But warning, I'm in an extremely foul mood. The day has been extremely crappy, so expect this review to be worse than it already is. But I'm saying phew because at least it was not a shocking gender under that mask. No, it turns out that the cute Suka actually is very adorable under that mask, but she has a habit of squinting her eyes in a very weird manner every time her real face is shown, because she suffers from something this world, this timeline is unaware of, and that is super nearsightedness, which Senku apparently had figured out. I mean, he is a genius, so I guess so. Yes, this is the Dr. Stone chapter 28, and I am the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer. Suka turns out to be super nearsighted, and that's actually another reason why he is inventing glasses to help her. Well, you can say what you want about Senku. He is an insufferable genius, indeed he is, but he can surprisingly show a very large amount of kindness when he wants to. Of course, the kindness is maybe why some people in the end has very loyalty towards him. So he says to Suka that what you suffer from is not a sickness or a defect. In fact, in his timeline, people had glasses all the times. So the so with that, he can make her see. The reason why Suka is wearing this watermelon helmet is not because she is always not only because she's always squinting in a very ugly way when she tries to look, because she's always seeing blurry things. It is also because this watermelon is almost works like a glass, but only a little bit. It gets easier for her to see, but it's not foolproof. It's basically saying something like the pinhole effect. It's the idea that if you reduce the amount of light you receive by picking through a hole, it's more or less increasing the clarity of your vision. So with that, Senku says that he can make Suka see. So she cries, which is actually very heartwarming, saying like she really wants to see and meets everyone the real one. So with that, Senku and Chrome decides to gather uh, anything they have. They start by collecting sand, which is silica sand, which they do at a certain place. And I apparently achieved some rocks and a brat. When he was a brat, I mean. So they crushes that to gather silica sand, which they then heat up and well create roast up, so to speak. And then he throws that melted one in I want to say almost a pot, and therefore creates the first primitive lens. And now they're gonna polish the glass because otherwise, with a special device, otherwise doing that it will of course kill them. Chrome and Senku having their science talk while Kohaku is training the two brothers Gin and Kim. Eventually, he managed to create a miniature glass, which he then, two miniature glasses that he carefully calculates in Suka's eyes, which he puts inside the watermelon. And so in the end, Suka is still gonna wear that watermelon because, well, they cannot have these kind of glasses. But that watermelon is actually working almost like an amateur glass, so to speak. So he takes Suka to a flower field, and of course she cannot see very clearly until he puts on the new and improved watermelon helmet. And for the first time in probably forever, Suka can see clearly. And what she sees for the first time in her clear vision is a flower field surrounded by her friend dog and the two guys, especially the one guy who has shown her kindness. And I have to say, if you do not find that scene heartwarming, then something is very wrong with you. And I had an extremely crappy day today, mind you. I needed to see that. Seeing that little girl, cute girl Suka crying tears of joy, it's amazing. It's This is the definition of kindness. Senku could have created glass. He intends to create glass for anything, but the first thing he did is helping a little girl see clearly for the first time ever. That, my friend, is heartwarming. And it turns out it's not only Suka who has short sightedness, although it's very likely the other one suffers from something else. Because Kohaku continues to train Ginro and Kinro, but Kinro is struggling a little bit, and it turns out that's because he hides something. His own vision is also blurry, although it is not exactly confirmed, at least not for me, if he's suffering from almost blindness or if he is also having a short-sightedness. Now let's see. Suka suffered from nearsightedness, and Kohaku said something about something like uh, uh, with the lands, that distance between you and your opponent is your life. You must have a firm sense of distance. Is that meant to say that if is that meant to imply that if Suka is short-sighted, is it possible that uh, Kinro is long-sighted, or is he going blind? I don't really know. But it turns out the reason why he's always giving people dirty looks is because he has a very difficult time to see. However, unlike Suka, he has no intention of saying that to anyone, because, well, he's a man, and a man, well, never really tells anyone. Of course, his brother doesn't exactly agree with that, but who knows? Will they also help Ginro? I mean, will they also help Kinro with his habit? Is he going blind, or is he suffering from another kind of short or long sightedness? Who knows? Still, the fact that we still have many modern problems in this prehistoric time, and Senku is doing his best to make sure that it's all worked at. That is making this manga more than worthy to read. And yeah, my favorite picture had to be when Suka sees for the first time in her amateur glass uh, watermelon and sees for the first time beautiful flower field, and she can only cry tears of joy. The face under the watermelon is that of a cute shy girl who in the end only suffered from bad vision, and Senku helped her. Uh, in my book, a very splendid chapter. Give me your thoughts if you have any, and especially what you thought about the Suka situation, and what do you think Kinro suffers from? Give me your thoughts if you have any.